Hello, everyone. Welcome to Cabbage Patch Soap. My name is Laura, and today we will be making a seaweed soap. We will also be using a fragrance with peach, grapefruit, and thyme. It smells amazing. And we will be cutting the cat soap that we made. It looks really adorable. So let me just get that out real quick. Move some of the stuff out of the way. Okay. So here is the cat soap. And I need to get the slicer, the soap slicer. So let me go grab that real fast. Move this out of the way again. Just give me one moment. Hi, Stacy. Welcome. Hi, Barb. Welcome. Hope you guys are having a great week. I am just going to grab this slicer real quick. Okay. Here we go. Just going to grab my spatulas. My camera is a little bit crooked. See if we can fix that real quick. Okay, that's better. Okay. Also, I'm going to get my chat set up real fast, because I don't want to miss anything. Hi, Beat and Crazy. Oh yeah, and don't forget, you guys, if you have a channel or social media or anything for your arts and crafts or whatever it is you do, go ahead and leave a link to that down below. There we go. Okay, looks like the chats are working. Yeah, go ahead and leave a link or the name of your channel so that we can find you and support you. All right, so I'm just going to put my gloves on now so I can cut the soap. And hopefully we'll end up with perfect little kitty cats on the inside. All right, there we are. Still got some crumbs. Let's finish just tidying this up a little bit. The nice thing about soap is that it's already automatically clean. So, the soap looks a little bit soft. Maybe it needed to be left in a warm area a little bit longer. I'm not sure, but it's coming out of the mold. It's coming out just fine. So that's good. All right. Well, we can see a little bit of the cat peeking out on the side there. Okay. So what I'm going to do is turn these cats around so that when I line it up to slice the bars, there's less chance of me accidentally clipping one of the cats. Just turn this around. Also, we got the nice swirls in the sky. Looks pretty cool. Okay. All right, let me just line this up real fast. Okay, this looks okay. I want to nudge it over just slightly this way. Okay, here we go. Okay, yeah, it was good that I moved it over, because I just missed that other table in the center cut. All right, let's see how these look. Let's take out the center one. So here's the top. Just turn it around the right way. There we go. The right way around. So that's how the top looks. And this is how it looks on the inside. Got the cute little cat sitting in the snow, watching the clouds. Really glad with how this came out. It looks really cute. Okay, let's try the next one. And the soap is really soft, so it's going to take a little bit of time to cure. Here's the next one. Zoe didn't want to sit in the snow. I wonder why. Might be a little bit too cold for him. Here's this. And we did get an air bubble, but that doesn't affect the soap at all. It's just a little bit of a bubble. They can be filled by using some of the soap from the end pieces. So you can see that air bubble was on its way out. But that's how it looks. You've got the snow blowing around in the sky, or maybe they're clouds, who knows. It really looks like snow. I'm glad you think so. Thank you. Let me see here. So that is that, and then these can be cut up and used for samples. And these will go on the shelf to cure. Let me turn them around so you can see the tops. So each bar has a kitty cat on top and then a kitty cat on the inside. Little orange kitty. I'm going to go ahead and put them on the shelf. I cleared a spot for them already. And we need to pop out the individual bar. This is just that little bit of soap that was sitting on the top. And let's pop out the individual bar. There we go. I kept the swirls, which was nice. That texture stayed, and it's upside down because I'm not paying attention. There we go. Clear crumbs off here. There we go. And this is how it looks on the side. It's like real swirly and pretty. It smells really good. If you like the green, fresh type scents, then you'll like this one. It smells really good. Very clean. Okay, I'm gonna set this up on the shelf now before I forget. It should just take me a minute here. Okay. Putting this on the shelf. Okay, so we are done with that. Oh, you're welcome, Stacy. I'm glad it arrived safely. Okay, so let me just clean this off real quick before we continue. We're going to be doing that seaweed soap. And also, while I'm doing this, before I forget, I will be doing a sale for, you know how they do Black Friday, Cyber Week, all those different names that they give for the Black Friday sale that now seems to last a week long instead of a day. But like usual, what I will be doing is, there'll be a sale in the shop just by itself, but the good sale, the good discount codes and stuff, I will be emailing out. So that way you guys get, I'll probably even give you guys like an extra day, maybe do it like a day early for you guys, so you get the things you want. And then for those that don't have, who are not on the email list, there will still be a general sale in the shop, but it won't be as good. So if you aren't already on the email list, it should be, the link for it should be in all my videos, all of the description, the video description. It'll say something like 10% off, blah, blah, blah. And you click there and it gives you the 10% off code. You don't need to use that if you don't want to. You can save it, use it later. And it's 10% off your order, but it puts you on the email list for the big sales. And I've been, oops, here we go. I've been doing it that way instead. That way, those of you who actually like follow me and want the soap, you can get it at a better price. And also, let me just put this away real quick. There we go. But anyways, I think also you guys should be able to get first pick, since you all follow me and everything. And you probably, if you are going to be getting soap as gifts or something, you probably already have in mind what you want to get. There will be new soaps posted as well. Some of the ones that we've already made, like that little acorn soap that we made, that'll be posted. Some of the others, the Victorian Christmas with the orange slice in it, um, and any of the ones that I've finished carrying, I'll be posting those, and they will be available when the sale starts. So when you get the code, those new soaps should also be posted. Let me see here. Give your friend some samples. And he told me about my store. Oh, okay. Yeah, you can either that or just email her the link and she can sign up. Because for me to it's kind of silly, but I understand why it is the way it is. I usually can't just add somebody without getting their permission. I mean, if she emails me and asks to be put on, I could do it. But there's like certain, like, she has to ask to be put on the email list because and actually like use that term, because otherwise I can get like in the future, um if I was ever like audited or anything and they saw that I had names on there and the people didn't sign up themselves, I can get in trouble even if that person actually wants to be on the list. It's like an anti-spam feature, and I get why it's there, but just make sure that if she does email me that she specifically says she wants to be on the list, and then I'll have to save that email so that in the future if anything happens I'll have proof that she actually wanted to be there. Um, oh yeah, the dog soap. Yeah, that one should be ready. It should be ready. I will check. But yeah, I do want to put the dog soap up there. And I did make a video in case, I know that Barb saw it, of me bathing one of the kittens, one of the feral kittens. And I used that soap in the video, so you can see how it works. And I showed a couple different ways of using it. You can use it with a washcloth or a sponge or whatever you want, or you could just put it right, like rub it right on there for. It works pretty good. Okay, thank you, Stacy. I can definitely add her if as long as she asks to be added. I'm gonna put my face shield on real quick. Just a minute. Okay, so I was gonna put the seaweed in another container because I don't want to leave it just like that in the bag. As you know, I've been known to overdo it from time to time. Um, let's see. What have we got? What have we got? These have colors in them. I'll get do my usual. Let me go grab one of the spoons. I'll be right back. Okay. So, um, these are the melted oils, the usual blended oils that I use, which has palm oil. It's responsibly sourced palm oil, coconut oil, um, castor oil, and olive oil. And the seaweed, we're going to go ahead and put the seaweed straight in. This is an all natural organic seaweed. And I'll be adding a little bit here. Oh, I haven't opened the bag yet. Well, you can tell I'm prepared today. Let me get the scissors. Okay, so I will cut this open. Seaweed powder tends to be very powdery and it floats away, so that's probably why I didn't open it ahead of time in case I spilled it. All right, we're going to put roughly a tablespoon or so in here. It doesn't need to be exact, although if I wanted to recreate this in the future and have everything be identical, then I would definitely need to do that, like measure it out exactly. So it's probably a little over a tablespoon. But we're just going to see how it works in soap and what we think of it. Okay, let's put that in there. And clean up my inevitable spill. Okay. And then let's go ahead and mix this in first and then add the lye water. Just to double check what you guys are saying real quick. Yeah, that was my soap that I used on Butterball. I didn't mention that in the video because I tend to keep those two channels separate. But what I'm planning on doing is, if people like the soap, then maybe I can do a video on that cat channel and have like a link where they can get it. Um, Mostly that's just how, I don't know. I was running that channel a little bit differently. Let me see here. You're hoping it'll stop some itching? Yeah, it might. Why use seaweed and soap? I don't know if there's really a particular reason why anybody uses anything in soap. A lot of people just want to, there are people literally that will just go to their pantry and pull random things and put them in soap just to see what it does. Some people like the way it looks. It's going to probably turn brown. It does add, I mean, it's a powder, so it's going to add a tiny bit of extremely gentle exfoliation. There is that. Now, again, I can only say, as far as what I can say about the ingredients in soap, all I can say about soap is that it'll get you clean. I can't, like, legally, I can't make any claims about the soap other than that it'll clean you. Um, but seaweed, like when used in a mask, like a face mask, it's said to help stimulate the metabolism and circulation. I don't know if it's going to have the same effect on soap, especially since soap is a wash off product, but those are a couple things about seaweed that, why people might use it possibly. Some people like the smell, um, or they just like the idea of putting seaweed in their soap. You don't always need like a concrete reason. But like I said, I just can't really speak to the benefits. Like this will definitely work in your soap because I can't say anything other than it'll get you clean. But there are some people that really swear by it. They put seaweed in everything, and they really feel that it enhances their life in one way or another. So, um, for those people, like me, will make seaweed soap, and they like it. So maybe it's for the exfoliation. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna definitely add some very light exfoliation because it is a powder. So this is good if you want some exfoliation, but you have very uh, sensitive skin, because this won't be as coarse as, say, like ground up walnut shells or something. That's a much coarser type exfoliation, and some people, their skin is just too delicate. It doesn't like that much scrubbing. Let me mix this real quick. All right. So we got this really lovely seaweed shade of green. It looks really nice. My thought is that this is going to turn brown. Most botanicals turn brown in soap. And now, so here's the next bit of exciting news. This is a bottle of fragrance, but you can't really read the label anymore because one of my bottles, my sea berry fragrance, the cap was cracked and I didn't know, and it tipped over and leaked. And I took down my fragrances the other day, and I was like, "What happened?" I know because I can just make out the last word here. It says thyme. I know that this one is my peach, grapefruit, and thyme fragrance. It smells really, really good. So we're going to put some in here. This is a really fresh, um, bright fragrance. You like seaweed and sushi? Yeah, exactly. I don't know if you could, I wouldn't eat this. But yeah, seaweed and sushi is definitely good. And let me just double check what they say about this fragrance. Okay, so this one, yeah, it's got like, has notes of grapefruit, thyme, and peaches. They don't really say anything else about it other than that, but this, I could tell you, smells really good. It's really sweet, and it has that, like, very juicy, mouth-watery fragrance that you get from like grapes. Not grapes, excuse me, grapefruit and peaches. It's really, really good. And then it's got the thyme in there to kind of balance it out. This smells really good. So I'm going to add a bunch of this. And since I've got um those other fragrances that also their labels are worn off, I can't read them. We're going to, hopefully, by a process of elimination, find out which ones are which. The other problem is you can't really smell the fragrance itself for some of the lighter fragrances because they smell like the fragrance that got spilled on them. So when I open the bottle, I'm getting this weird blend of fragrances, and so it's really hard to, even by scent, unless they have a very distinctive, strong fragrance. I can't tell them apart from some of the others. So hopefully, we'll be able to, figure out what they are, and like I said, by process of elimination, figure out what they are. Maybe we can make some more of these more plain soaps where it's just like a solid color and not a design, and that way we can get those fragrances used, because the fragrances smell amazing, but if I don't know what they are, then like if they have vanilla, it's going to turn the soap brown and things like that, and I would want to know that before I make a complicated design and have the soap turn brown on me. Yes, exactly, Stacey. A surprise. Yeah, Barb, all food, exactly. It's food, and I'll probably like it. Okay, so I'm going to add the light water, and we'll go ahead and blend this up and pour it in here. And this light water has dissolved in it the sea salt and um, sea salt and sugar already dissolved. All right, I'll mix this up. Seems kind of appropriate to have the sea salt with the seaweed soap. Oh, look, it lightened up. Interesting. I'm also going to be testing some of these fragrances as roll-on fragrances to see which ones are really wearable, and the ones that are, then I may end up buying more of those fragrances so that I can make them into roll-on perfumes. This is one that I hope is really wearable because it smells so good. And I just want to get this thick enough to where when I pour it in, I know it's not going to separate. Probably, I mean, it's probably already there, but um, you had fish for dinner, sans the seafood. Wasn't he says now would make a great gift. Oh yeah. Ew, the shrimp was bad in the gumbo. Oh yeah, I bet. Yeah. One time when I was little, I was making eggs, and I cracked an egg into the bowl, and I've always done this. Like I'll have like a little like a bowl, I'll crack an egg in it and then add it to the pan. And I've always done that. And it's a good thing because I cracked the egg into the bowl and it was bad. So I ended up not putting it in the pan, which was good. But yeah, for a long time after that, I just did not I didn't want to eat eggs, but I found it's very difficult to go through life without eating eggs, so eventually I had to go back. But they were not bad eggs. Yeah, bad eggs are a terrible smell. This is very true. Bad seafood smells really bad too. Okay. That's thickening up nicely. This is a nice, like a thin pudding consistency, like what the pudding looks like before it sets up. So this is good enough. Like sweetened condensed milk, maybe. Oh no, not that thick. Although sweetened condensed milk is kind of syrupy, which this is not. So, okay, tap out some air bubbles. It's got a very lovely green color, but like I said, typically botanicals and soap turn brown, so I don't know if it's going to keep this green color. We will see. Also, that fragrance I use probably has some vanilla in it, and if it does, then that will probably turn this brown. So we'll find out. We'll find out. Okay, that looks good. We'll set that aside for a moment and pull out the sample size, or not sample size, excuse me, individual bar. And we'll use the spatula and scrape this out, see if we can get a full bar out of this. Let's see if you guys can see it. Okay, good. I was really annoyed because the one of the fragrances the one that cracked and spilled everywhere was one of the ones that I wanted to use for an ocean design. It's called I don't know how to pronounce it, but I should go grab it. It's sea berry, but it's a sea berry fragrance and it smells really good. I've used it before. I forget what I used it in, but I used it before. It does smell really, really nice. And yeah, so now, now I can't use it, and I can't order any more fragrances for a while, so I can't get it again. But maybe before the summer, I can get another one. I have a couple other oceany scents anyway, so it's not the end of the world. But you know, when you get something with a specific idea in mind, yeah. This soap, let me see. It has an interesting fragrance. The fragrance of that really wonderful grapefruity, peachy, whatever that smell is, that definitely comes through. It smells really good. And then there's something. It's not the thyme. There's something, some other like undertone, and I wonder if it's the seaweed. It's interesting, not in a bad way, just unexpected. I'm waiting for this to thicken up a little bit. What about lemongrass? See what you guys are saying here. Excuse me. Yeah, it only takes once to get you to not like something forever. That's true. You gotta get stocked up on some stuff for Thanksgiving. Oh wow, that's a huge grocery bill. Now, are you asking about lemongrass, like using it in soap, or um? I'm gonna grab the fork so I can do this design. Like lemongrass as a fragrance in the soap, or for like the roll-on fragrances. Because I can do both. Let's see here. Doo-doo-doo. Where'd my fork go? Hmm. Sometimes I put the fork in the sink to wash it, and it gets thrown away. And I hope that didn't happen again because I don't know if I have another fork. Oh well, we're gonna freehand it, I guess. Okay, now I need my chopstick. Ironically, nobody ever throws the chopsticks away, but they will throw my fork away. I should like label it or something so people will know. Give it a fancy handle, or just go out and buy some like really really fancy. Go out and buy a really fancy fork so nobody uses it. Let's see here. Yes, either would work. I love the smell of lilac and lavender. Did I ask the spoon if it's seen the fork? No. I have a feeling they wouldn't be friends. Or maybe they are, who knows? Alright, so I wanted to do like a wavy design, like to mimic the water or the waves of seaweed or something. So this is gonna be freehand, so I don't know. But yes, to answer your question, I can. So for roll-on perfumes, I can do either. I have um I have all those fragrances. So I have lilac, I have lavender, I have lemongrass, I have all that stuff. I want to fix this so bad, like right here. And I know if I do, I'm just gonna make it worse. So I'm gonna leave it. This is this is the hardest thing because if I do something freehand and I don't like how it looks, I'm gonna want to fix it, and I'll just end up making it worse. I gotta leave it alone. Anyway, so I can make all those. I believe the pet shampoo. I'm gonna double check the recipe real quick, but um, I believe that has lemongrass in it. And by the way, that pet shampoo, anybody can use that as a soap. Like it's completely safe for people to use. It just doesn't have any oils or anything that are harmful to cats or dogs. So that's why I call it the solid pet shampoo. But you can absolutely use it on yourself. So let me just, I'm going to double check because sometimes, sometimes I mess up and I say the wrong thing and I don't want to do that while answering your question. So let me just grab it real quick here. Okay. Yes. Okay, so for the pet shampoo, I put lemongrass essential oil, lavender essential oil, and rosemary essential oil. It also has oatmeal activated charcoal and kaolin clay and aloe. I put the aloe in the water. The knife is one sharp piece of silver. The knife split them apart. All this drama over silverware. Must be like the most dramatic thing ever. And I do have some, or I did. They might already be sold. But I did have some soaps that were just lemongrass or that had like lemongrass and I think I did like a lemongrass and spearmint together. Um, that one was really good. It had a very like herbal, natural, earthy fragrance. Let me take this headset off real quick. 1 second. There we go. Okay, I had to get that face shield. Um, must smell amazing. Yeah, I think the oatmeal is good for it to stop the itching. Yeah, Barb, it can definitely help. And the oatmeal that I use is like a super fine powdered oatmeal. It's not the big chunky pieces. So again, like if you have skin issues or whatever, and you don't want a harsh exfoliating um, ingredient in the soap, that oatmeal is really good for that because it's really gentle. And it is supposed to be soothing. Oatmeal is supposed to be soothing to the skin. And once again, I can't make any claims about the soaps, but there are a lot of people out there who use oatmeal soaps for their pets because it helps them. So, um, but yeah, I can definitely make soap, and I can make a custom soap. Or like if you want to put one in suggestion, like maybe Monday soap or something, we can do lemongrass, or maybe we could do like a whole line of soaps, like a whole like series. Like we do one this lemongrass, one this lavender, um like herbal scents. Basically, each one is like a different herbal scent or something. So we could definitely do that. You do use oatmeal for your fur babies? Yes. Yeah, it's great to put in there. I mean, that's what I use on my for my cat. So, can I do a milk and honey? I can. I actually have that fragrance. So, I have a really nice oatmeal milk and honey fragrance that I really like, and I've made that soap before. But what I don't like about the fragrance is it tends to turn the soap brown. So I either have to do like a brown design, like a light and dark brown, and kind of make it look like it was done that way on purpose, or I just have to deal with the fact that the soap's going to be brown. So um, that would be a good one to do though, because it is a very popular scent, and I could totally make that. Um, but just so you know, it can turn things brown. So, but I like to add oatmeal to it. So it says oatmeal milk and honey, and then I can do either. Most of the time, I try to do like vegan milks, but I can do like a goat. I do have goat milk. I could add goat milk to it. So it could actually be like a oatmeal milk and honey, and I could actually put those ingredients in there as well as that fragrance. Milk and honey is a troublemaker. It is. Maybe with the bee on top, that'd be cute. Honeycomb with the theme with the bee. I do have a honeycomb soap that I make. I usually just do it as like special orders, but I could probably still do it. Um it's like a sponge, like I'm trying to see. They're in the they're in the plastic container. I have to go to the shelf and get it. But basically it's like one of those sponges, one of those round like body sponges with a rope to hang. And I fill that sponge with the soap batter, and then I put a honeycomb pattern on it. And so that way when you get the soap, the soap starts to like um on one side there's more soap than the other, and on the side that has the most soap has that honeycomb pattern, and then the other side has a little bit less soap. That way you can wash with that side. In fact, I should probably do those because I try to do those around the holidays and I totally forgot. But I do those ones a lot of times. I'll do that with like melt and pour, like the clear, like that clear base. Um, Maybe we can do that as like a fun project. That might be fun. Do like the melt and pour. And the reason I haven't done it is because I don't have a microwave, and it just takes so long to melt that soap on a double boiler. Every time I think of doing it, I remember how long it takes, and I think, I don't have 3 hours to wait around for it to melt. So maybe we could do it as a project though. That'd be kind of fun. I could get it melted beforehand, and then I could add everything in, and then you could see how the soap gets worked into the sponge, and then how it sits on the mold to make the honeycomb. That'd be kind of cool. Think lemongrass would be an amazing soap. Okay. Santa bring you a microwave? No. Have I been good this year? Actually, the reason I don't have a microwave is there's nowhere for me to put it. We don't have. There's only one out. Well, it's hard to explain, but basically, there's nowhere on the counter to put one, and the only place where you could put one, there's no outlet. So there's no way for me to even have a microwave. And also on that spot, like on the counter, is right next to the sink, and it's difficult to explain, but basically if I put a microwave there, it'd be at risk of getting wet on a daily basis. So I just don't have one. And I really don't really have a use for one other than melting soap. So I feel silly getting one for that purpose. But yeah, don't do that. Yeah. I'm just waiting. And honestly, I make so little melt and pour soap, like maybe once a year when somebody makes a special request. So I just don't see the need to have it. And when I do need to make that soap, I just melt it on the double boiler. Um, but yeah, let me write this down so before I forget. So okay, oatmeal milk and honey, and then lemongrass. You know what we could do for the oatmeal milk and honey is I could make like little chunks of honeycomb, like out of soap, and put that on top. Like we could make like this could be like if this was the oatmeal milk and honey, I could put little pieces of honeycomb on top. That might work. That'd be really cute. Yeah. Okay, so let's do that. I got those two written down. And lemongrass. And was there anything else that I am forgetting? Because if we do it this way, then I can put the milk and the honey and everything. If we do it the other way, where I melt down the soap and put it in the sponge, I can't really add. I might be able to add the oatmeal. That might be okay. But like the milk and the honey, well, the honey would be okay for sure. But the milk and the oatmeal may not be because anytime you put something natural like botanicals or like especially milk or something in a melt and pour, it spoils really fast. The honey's okay because honey doesn't really spoil, so that's why it's okay. But in a soap like this, I could do it. I could add all three, and then I could still have the cute little honeycombs on top. So do it how it works for me. I mean, I can make anything work. Just, um, but yeah, I'm thinking that might be, you know how it is. You get an idea, and then the idea kind of changes in your mind as you think about it, and you're like, oh, I could do this, and then pretty soon I'm off on a tangent talking about something completely unrelated. So but make it easy for me. Either way is easy. I just want to make sure you guys are happy with it. So if I made oatmeal milk and honey completely melt and pour, but it didn't actually have any oatmeal or milk in it, I would feel like, oh, but it's just the fragrance. You know, I wouldn't feel, oh, I forgot to decorate the top of this one. I can't forget that. It's a little bit on the thick side. That's okay. It just needs to have a little bit of a something other than completely flat on top, in my opinion. Okay. Also, this will help me remember what it is later on when I go to pull it off the shelf. And I don't have to smell it and then look. Because what happens is if I forget, I have to go back through all my videos and watch all my videos and figure out what it was if I have like a random piece of soap just sitting off by itself like that. And I'm like, oh, I can't remember. And even if I write, like I have like a little spreadsheet with everything written down, but there's no pictures. So it doesn't help me when I have a random brown bar of soap. I have to go to the post office, Stacy. I didn't get a chance to go today. I'm probably doing that tomorrow, and I will let you know. Oh yeah, we gotta do like an unboxing video or something. Anyway, a honeycomb or a bee would be adorable. I need to see if I have a bee mold. Oh, you know what? Well, wait, let me think. I could do that. I could either see if I have a bee mold. I feel like I do, or I could make it out of soap dough. That might be really. Oh, maybe I could do the whole thing. No. Hmm. I like the idea of using melt and pour for the honeycomb because then I can make it clear and add like gold mica to it, so it's got like a translucent, shiny, sparkly gold look to it, which I think would be really cute. But the bee, I think that would be cuter if it was a soap dough because the bee isn't going to be translucent. The wings might be. We'll see. Now, well, I could probably. I'm thinking I could probably cut out the wings with a cookie cutter. I have a different cookie cutters. I have a couple different that would be the right shape. Okay, I'm gonna set a honeycomb or bee would be adorable. Just make it easiest for you. Any of these are easy. It's just me deciding on one. I have too many options, and so then I end up going off on tangents. But alrighty, I'm gonna go ahead and put this soap in the oven while it's soon enough to do so, and then I will decide how I'm going to engineer this soap. And we will do a lemongrass. And if you have a suggestion for how you want the lemongrass to look, if you want it to have like a design or if you want it to be a plain soap, let me know. And maybe I can do like another um, community like poll and see what you guys want to see. Maybe that'd be easier so that way you guys don't have to think about it right now. You can decide. So I will see you guys all on Monday. Yes, because it's Thursday. So I'll see you all then. We'll cut the soap and get working on the oatmeal honey milk, oatmeal milk and honey soap. Guys, have a great weekend, and I'll see you all soon.